a lot more stable, but I'm doing a benchmark video, so it doesn't make sense to lock the FPS.
Όχι, καλά κάνεις, Βασίλη, είναι ωραίο game.
Keep in mind if you lock it to
Γεια σου, Στέφανε.
100 FPS or 100.
Ποιος ο λόγος να βάλει κάποιος ray tracing στο GTA? Καταρχήν το παιχνίδι φαίνεται ίδιο, δεν υπάρχει καμία διαφορά. Τανκάρεις το σύστημά σου χωρίς λόγο. Δηλαδή, ξέρω εγώ, υπάρχει κάποιος λόγος να βάλεις ray tracing στο GTA 5. 100% CPU usage, 37%, 30%, 25% μέσα στην πόλη γύρω στο 40% CPU usage, 20 με 25% CPU usage όταν είσαι εκτός πόλης. 4K Max, RT Max.
In terms of frame times. It's a bit of a shame though that they didn't optimize that, you know, like it should have been a way smoother experience with this enhanced edition to take advantage of the new technologies that we have in graphics cards and CPUs, and this is a bit of a stuttery mess, and this is still the story mode as well, like kind of bad, not gonna lie.
Δεν το έχουν κάνει optimize, το έχουν παρατημένο στο Θεό. Ray Tracing on, Ray Tracing shadows, ultra, very high. Με DLSS το παίζει, που σημαίνει ότι όταν κλείσει το DLSS αυτό το πράγμα θα βουτήξει το κενό. Το κενό θα βουτήξει.
I want to try CPU bottlenecking next, so I'm going to use DLSS quality this time. Again, it's DLSS 3, not DLSS 4, so it's slightly softer than native resolution. It still looks really, really good, guys. But as you can see, now that we are essentially running the game at 1440p and upscaling it with DLSS to 4K, which looks a lot better than 1440p native, by the way, but we're not putting...
Δεν αξίζει τον κόπο με τίποτα. Με τίποτα δεν αξίζει τον κόπο. Απαράδεκτο να βάλεις το Ray Tracing σε αυτό το παιχνίδι. Στο γονατίζει όλο, στο γονατίζει.
As much load on the GPU because of that, and we see a CPU bottleneck. Yes, guys, it can be a CPU bottleneck even with the CPU usage at 30 to 40%, which is what it's using right now, you know. It just means that the game was not coded to take advantage of high core count CPUs, and the cores that it can actually utilize are maxed out. So having faster cores would make a faster performance. What the heck?
Αυτό το Ray Tracing δεν βολεύει για τίποτα και σε τίποτα, ρε παιδιά. Αυτό το Ray Tracing δεν βολεύει σε τίποτα για τίποτα. Όπου και να το βάλεις, σαν σκατά παίζει. Σαν κουράδα παίζει, όπου και να το βάλεις, σαν μια κουράδα.
Was that?
Και στις καινούργιες κάρτες σαν μια κουράδα παίζει.
For the CPU is the limiting factor of performance. You could also say that it's the engine or the code of the game, you know, not being optimized and stuff. That's the true bottleneck, and it is, because there's still headroom there on the CPU side of things. But again, if a faster CPU would get higher FPS, it's still a CPU bottleneck. And you know what, guys? The fact that we're CPU bound with a 9800X 3D at 4K...
Δεν μπορώ να καταλάβω πώς γίνεται να είσαι CPU bound όταν η κάρτα γραφικών σου παίζει με το 80%. Επιμένει να το λέει, κάτι θα μου ξεφεύγει.
Quality DLSS is just kind of ridiculous. I get that this is an old title. Even in the legacy version, we were kind of CPU bottleneck in some ways, sometimes at lower resolutions especially. But in the legacy version, we were getting around 100 more FPS when CPU bound. So the 9800X3
χωρίς το Ray Tracing, ναι.
like 250, sometimes up to 400 FPS, you know. And here it's capping out at around 150 frames per second. And this is the best CPU for gaming there is, right? So, a little bit concerned about
1440p.
Oh, wait.
Αρχίδια 20-25 frames πήρε. 20-25 frames πήρε.
Jesus. That looks like we're running Minecraft with some shaders, you know, and the contrast levels are also improved like crazy right now. Yeah, so there's definitely a huge difference there in terms of color palette. Not so much about reflections and lighting and stuff, at least from what I'm seeing here. But yeah, the color palette definitely is changed. I'm not sure if I like it more like this or not, because kind of unrealistic, right? Maybe the legacy version was slightly more realistic looking. By the way, I will leave a link to the legacy test in GTA 5 with the 1590 that I did a few weeks ago. I tested 4K, 16K, 1080p's, MSAAs and stuff, which we don't have, unfortunately, in this title anymore.
Οι ασφαλιάρες είναι το Ray Tracing, είναι αχρίαστο τελείως. 1080p δεν θα έχει καμία διαφορά απολύτως.
60% times, not good.
Καμία διαφορά στα 1080p, λες και δεν έγινε τίποτα. Καμία απολύτως. Τι είσαι στο 1440p, τι είσαι στα 1080p, το ίδιο πράγμα είναι.
crappy, like 57, 1% lows. The more bottlenecked you are, the more stutters you will see, so yeah. 120s down to 119 there for a second, guys. On a 98Hz X3D and 5090 at 1080p resolution. They destroyed GTA 5, my friends.
Can't touch this. What's up, buddy? How are you doing? What's up?
Now that we were able to finally play it with 4K resolution and MSAA enabled, 60 plus FPS 100% of the time, they just destroyed the performance with the ray tracing and the new enhanced edition. However, I like this stuff. I do like the improvements in graphical fidelity. I like what they're trying to do here, but at the same time, I'm very disappointed.
Αποτυχία, μαλάκα, τελείωσε αυτό το update. Αυτοί θα βγάλουν GTA 6 τώρα. Αυτοί θα βγάλουν GTA 6,
Crazy like that, it was running really well.
Είναι αυτό,
But
8K.
now, with the enhanced edition, with ray tracing and everything, well, the 5090 craps it spent a little bit. Although, it's using ray tracing, so the fact that we're still getting playable frame rates is actually pretty good. I thought it was going to run.
Your game is more blurry because they haven't optimized it properly. Maybe you're using upscale or something.
Worse,
right?
After seeing
Possibly.
4K results and knowing that it is running ray tracing once again. Usually 4K is already extremely demanding with ray tracing.
Έχει και 16.
Even on these super monstrous GPUs like the
Με DLSS.
really good. Basically, the higher the resolution that you're playing on, the better
DLSS performance
will work. And I just noticed that the city is this way, so we're just moving away from it.
8K ρε μαλάκα.
And see some lighting and stuff, but yeah, go along.
8K έχει γονατίσει η κάρτα ρε μαλάκες.
And we're here, guys. Lots of lights around us, still not in the exact middle of
You must be using upscaling, that's why I guess, right?
That building.
DLSS?
I don't know for sure, but yeah, we can take a look at.
Are you playing natively? I don't know.
Moment. Goodbye, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Come on. God.
Αποτυχία μεγάλη.
All right. You know
16K.
This is enabled. Let's see. Okay, so it does work. Indeed, this is running the game at 8K resolution and upscaling it to 16K. It is absolutely insane the amount of power that you need to do this. And the
Ποιος παίζει ρε μαλάκα σε 16K?
30 gigabytes, almost 31 gigabytes with the
31 GB RAM VRAM.
Look at that, the VRAM just keeps
31 GB VRAM.
It's slowly but surely going up, and we're getting a very cinematic 20-something FPS.
Λες και πήγε σινεμά είναι ρε μαλάκα.
It's not good, obviously, but honestly, I would...
Listen, buddy, ray tracing is not worth it. It's a power hog. Don't even go there. And you can't even tell the difference. It's like, there's no difference, honestly.
I was expecting it to just crash. I think it just crashes at 16K native, guys, with
Κρασάρι στα 16K.
turned off and ray tracing.
Κρασάρι στα 16K.
Oh no, wait! It didn't crash. We're getting 0 FPS, 3 right now in the menu. Can I get out of the menu? Oh my. It does
16K Party
10
Max.
gigabytes higher than it was before. And we're getting 1 FPS. But this is true 16K native resolution. All right, I'm not saying native because I'm still using DSR and the custom DSR tool to do this, but it is native.
Αλλά δεν υπάρχει αυτό το πράγμα.
GPU is processing native here, and this is at night.
Γεια σου, Σαμουράι.
I'm expecting it to be more CPU bound than it was previously, so with a little bit less FPS than story mode, since online.
Αυτό το DLSS. Όχι αυτό το DLSS. Αυτό το Ray Tracing γονατίζει τα PC χωρίς κανένα λόγο. Και τις κονσόλες και όλα. Είναι αχρίαστο. Καταρχήν δεν υπάρχει καμία διαφορά. Καμία απολύτως διαφορά. Είναι το ίδιο παιχνίδι, δεν έχει αλλάξει κάτι. Σαμουράι, τι κάνεις, ρε?
Now, not much stuttering happening, although micro stuttering is there and lowering our 1% lows once again. But yeah, this looks great. Once again, goodbye. I don't want to answer phones. So yeah, and it's getting 120s, but with lower GPU utilization than we saw in the story mode. Let's go. What is going on over here? Is there a guy? Yes, there is a guy over there. Okay, so as you can see, we're running online, obviously, and people are running around and stuff, making it more CPU intensive. So instead of capping out at like, what, 150 FPS, which is